Apologies there with the audio. Thank you for joining me here at the First Alert Desk on Atlanta News First Plus as we are continuing to track weather conditions across Georgia, primarily keeping a close eye just south of I-20 in southern Georgia for this First Alert Weather Day, tracking winter weather conditions, a winter storm warning now in effect, and we are going to break down what that means for you if you are living along those southern parts where you can see from First Alert Radar that weather system moving through now as we get into our afternoon hours. This is when we're going to start to see the snow, the ice, and the frigid temperatures that we have been feeling since as early as last night. We're going to talk about that, especially for you folks out in South Georgia. But first, I want to take you back to January 10th with the first winter weather system of this year and what that looked like for North Georgia.
Preparation is a priority.
We started Sunday morning brining pretty much all major metro interstates in Georgia.
The Georgia Department of Transportation diligently preparing for the next winter blast to hit the state. Sunday, they were brining 6,000 lane miles of Georgia roads.
We are having to cover a lot of ground as quickly as we can to get the brine down before we get into these below freezing temps.
The brine solution is a mixture that prevents ice and snow from sticking to the road. Earlier in the month, Metro Atlanta saw a big snow event, but GDOT says this week's event is a bit unique due to the sheer size of the system.
I've been through several storm scenarios. I can't remember in recent times where we have had to work all districts statewide at once.
Atlanta officials say the city got through the last blast pretty well.
11 years ago, when we took a really deep look at our winter weather emergency plan, we made the decision to invest in materials and equipment throughout the state.
We had more snow this year than we did in 2014, but the response was a lot better and more coordinated.
And that is what GDOT is hopeful of, no matter what this system brings to Metro Atlanta and the rest of the state. But during any winter weather, they still say stay off the roads if you can.
There is a point where Mother Nature is going to win, and we must be patient and we must give it time.
Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
And as we continue to track that winter storm warning and the weather conditions that come with it, I wanted you to look at some video that we've gotten from other states that are dealing with this same system, although a little more extreme for their weather conditions. That was Louisiana. Now you're taking a look at Houston, Texas, and look at that snowfall. Does it remind you of something? Much of us in North Georgia are not going to see the same level of snow that we did see on January 10th. However, all eyes now on southern Georgia, just past I-20 and further south as that system moves through their area. And this is a look again at Louisiana and some of the weather conditions, surprisingly, believe it or not, the same system that is moving into our area now. And you can take a look right here, some snow flurries already making their way, and that snow sticking to rooftops, just barely piling up on the ground here. This is a First Alert Weather Day. We have been giving you as much information on this weather system as we got closer and closer to the day. Days in advance, our team of meteorologists here warning you of which areas of Metro and Georgia could see these icy impacts and how to prepare for this weather as we expect it to stick around for the next couple of days. Those frigid temperatures going to have an impact on your home and your vehicles, and we want to make sure that you are empowered and prepared. Our Atlanta News First Chelsea Beinfor takes a look at what you can do now to make sure your home is winter ready.
The house calls have already begun.
We are slammed.
Plumbers and HVAC technicians across the metro know that this is going to be a busy week. With temperatures in the teens, homes and businesses are bound to see some busted pipes and broken heaters. Remember December of 2022? Cool Ray plumbing instructor Nathaniel Marshall sure does.
It was 3 days of insanity.
We reported on flooded high-rises, basements, and businesses all across Atlanta the last time that temperatures dipped this low. To prevent that from happening again, our partners at Cool Ray have some tips.
If you've got a kitchen or a bathroom that is located on an exterior wall of your home, keep those faucets dripping. Moving water freezes far slower than still water. So if you can keep water moving through those pipes, hot and cold, then you stand a greater chance of that water not freezing on you in the pipe.
Marshall says you can also keep your bathroom and kitchen cabinets open to allow more heat to flow towards your pipes. And speaking of heat, Cool Ray recommends setting your thermostat to the low 70s this week. That will keep your home warm and not overwhelm your HVAC system. Another easy way to make sure the heat stays on, change your air filters.
People wait till the last minute, change their filters, and they're sitting in a cold house, which could have been avoided with just a little bit of maintenance.
Chelsea Bime for Atlanta News First.
And that advice especially ringing true for our residents in South Georgia. We're joined now by our sister station, WTVM, meteorologist Ariana Whittick. Ariana, it is looking very snowy in your neck of the woods.
Yes, I can confirm it is snowing. It's really picked up here over the last on the roads, but it has started to accumulate on some cars, on some of those tables. And I'm going to flip my camera around so that y'all can see what I'm talking about. It's just one of those cold days, but I know a lot of people are excited. Here's the snow kind of accumulating on some of those cars, but a lot of people across our area are very excited for this snow. The last time we saw accumulating snow like this was in 2018. Americus got in on 0.2 of an inch of snow, so not a whole lot. Expected to get more with this system. We already have that cold air in place, and I've talked to a number of people here, one being from Pennsylvania, another person being from Florida. The person from Pennsylvania, they were like, this is exciting stuff, but they have much more snow back at home in Pennsylvania. The person from Florida was very excited. It's their first time seeing snow. So a lot of firsts. The kids across the valley are very excited to have the snow days. And I know I'm excited to see a snowman make one, have a snowball fight with our photog Danielle out here, but also report on keeping people safe, because one of the differences between this system and other systems is we already have the cold air, meaning once the snow comes and stops here as we head towards Tuesday night, any of it on the ground is going to refreeze. We're looking at low temperatures in the teens tonight, but because of the snow on the ground, feeling like the single digits. So going to be very, very cold across the Chattahoochee Valley and here in Americus and Sumter County. Like I mentioned, getting in on some of those fluffy snowflakes. It's already starting to kind of like accumulate on some of those rooftops across the street. We do have some snow on the ground, but overall, some people have still stayed on the road, but here over the next couple of hours may see that slow down as the roads become more dangerous. Stuff becomes more slicks on the roads and on those bridges and overpasses. Overall, this snow is wonderful. I know a lot of people are excited for it. We're excited for it and getting to report on it and helping to keep viewers safe here across the Chattahoochee Valley.
Ariana, I know this has to be a fun day for you as a meteorologist, and certainly fun for us in North Georgia to see you get some of the snow that we experienced on January 10th. Not the same system, but similar fun that we got to experience a couple weeks ago. I want to ask, because Governor Kemp mentioned this, 2014 comes up a lot with Snowmageddon and some of the winter impacts that we saw from that. When we talk about this weather system and how historic it is, what comparisons and what differences can we see?
Well, I think one of the big differences is we've done a good job in letting people know out ahead of time that the road conditions are going to get evening, nighttime hours when the sun goes red. I mean, it's not really sunny right now, but when the snow stops, the ground is going to be wet, so it's going to create those slick spots, creating the dangerous driving conditions. A lot of people were caught off guard in 2014, I think, but this time we've made sure to prepare, to tell people ahead of time. And what's actually kind of ironic is the farther south you go, the more snow accumulation is possible. But what we've been really honing on is that regardless of the snowfall totals, yes, the impact may last a little bit longer in the higher accumulations, but if you get an inch or if you get 4 inches of snow, those impacts on the dangerous road conditions are going to be present regardless. So staying off the roads, enjoying the snow from home. I mean, my hat's getting even kind of more snowy as we speak through this interview, but it's just one of those points that we're trying to hone in. Enjoy the snow, but do so safely, and do it from your home, from your window. Go outside, take a trash can lid, sled down a hill that you may have in your front yard, but stay off the roads is the point that we're trying to get to, especially going into Wednesday morning with refreezing likely happening.
Ariana Whittick with our sister station, WTVM, out in Americus, Georgia. Thank you so much for joining us, for keeping your viewers safe, for keeping our community informed, and let's get you back inside. All right, I do want to point people out to our website here, atlantanewsfirst.com, and of course, as soon as I do that, it gave me an ad. But AtlantaNewsFirst.com, we have a live blog that we are putting with minute-by-minute updates of the storm coverage and the impacts that we're seeing here in North Georgia and in surrounding communities. You can also download the First Alert Weather app. It's a fantastic tool to have on your phone. Our team of meteorologists here at Atlanta News First are curating that so that you can get up-to-the-minute information on weather in your area, and you can plan accordingly. With that, we want to get you one last look at radar right here. As you can see, the impacts that we're following, much of what Ariana was saying, is south. South of I-20 is where that snowfall, where those icy conditions are, but the frigid temperatures that we're experiencing here in North Georgia, as well as some of the other conditions that are coming with this weather systems, you do not want to take lightly. Prepare your home, prepare your car, and make sure that you and your family have a plan in place to respond for any weather-related issues that you may run into. Of course, stay up to date with us on Atlanta News First. We are going to have more First Alert weather coverage and updates for you on our Atlanta News First news at 3. So stay